Good morning. How is everybody? Awake, I hope. My name is Devon Kareem, and I'm the attorney that represents Mr. Devon Robinson. I consider it a distinct privilege to have the opportunity to be part of this particular proceeding. Our Constitution is one that grants us certain rights, and there's no other country in the world, there's no other justice system in the world that's equal to or better than the one that we have here. And being part of this is something to be proud of, and it's a privilege. So I want to express to you that I feel very privileged to have the honor of talking with you today. I want to express to you the fact that you're here, and we're confident that you're going to afford Mr. Robinson each and every one of the rights which the Constitution provides for them. And I need to talk about those a little bit. You know, right now, if Mr. Robinson and I decide, if I decided to sit down, Mr. Robinson and I decided to play checkers, we could do that through the whole trial. We do not have to participate. The burden is on the people. Burden of proof. And it's beyond a reasonable doubt. Not just a reasonable doubt. It's got to be beyond a reasonable doubt. You can't guess. You have to have an abiding conviction to a moral certainty. You've got to know. That's what they got to. That's what they got to demonstrate. Our burden is nothing. We don't have to do a thing. We trust that you're going to impose these burdens upon them as was intended by the Constitution. Now, another thing that we have to talk about is an extremely important right, is the fact that he has the right to remain silent in these desires. And that silence can't be used against him. I don't know what's going to happen between now and that point in the trial, so I can't make any representations. But if he does exercise his right to remain silent, we're asking you right up front to honor it. Don't judge. You know, and see, this case, I'm here to tell you, it's packed full of emotion, right? I mean, we've got TV cameras, we've got 3 victims, we've got sex involved. This thing is, I'm sure, not part of your everyday life. All right? So right now, it's time to put both feet on the ground, take a deep breath. We're here, we're real, we're relaxed, and we're going to make them prove it. You heard the prosecutor say in her opening remarks that what you're going to have to decide is the issue of identification. Well, she hit it right on the nose. Right on the nose. You're going to hear this individual, Blair, otherwise known as Clifton Keys. He's the guy that drove Paris and the others to the gas station that night. And, you know, he's sitting in the car. He's really not participating in this. And he's really not paying that close attention to the defendant. He knows Paris is out there flirting. He sees Paris flirting with him. They must have exchanged something at one point in time or another, because after Clifton drives home, and Clifton is the same person as Blair, by the way, after Clifton drives to the address on, I believe it's Devonshire, Lance's house, supposedly Mr. Robinson walks up, and Paris greets him. She's happy to see him. And Clifton doesn't go in the house. He didn't go in the house right away. No, he's sitting out in the car, and him and Lance are smoking and talking and doing whatever they're doing, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, during the course of this evening, I mean, there's going to be witnesses that'll tell you that there were up to 15 people there. And fights are breaking out, arguments are breaking out, people are seeing sex acts between houses, 911 is called. A lot is going on in this happy house this evening. Mr. Robinson goes in. What they want you to believe is because he received some sexual favor there, that by God, he must be the killer. And I'm going to tell you that it just doesn't add up. You've got Mr. Keys, who engaged in an argument with one of the other victims or participants, and he's going to be their primary witness in this case. And we're going to get to a point in this trial where he's going to be asked, just like he was asked once before and answered under oath. Question, all right, can you see the shooter? Do you see him shooting? Answer, I really didn't look, honestly. He didn't look, he didn't see it. You're going to hear from witness Armand Matthews, who's in the room when the shooting occurs. He didn't see the defendant shooting. They don't see it. It happens right in front of them, and they don't see it. When the responding officers come out, they're unable to tell them who did this. When they give statements, written statements, they're unable to say who did this. As time goes on, Blair, Mr. Clifton Keys, his memory starts to get a little bit better. So yeah, well, this guy came in with a black mask, and I could tell from his skin complexion and his eyes that it was the defendant. And then in the next breath, he'll say, honestly, I really didn't see him. They don't have it beyond a reasonable doubt. And they're going to stretch everything they can. Every statement that he makes on the telephone that they play, every statement that he makes to the police, they're going to try and stretch it. They're going to try and stretch it so that you believe that he's guilty of something. Well, I'm here to tell you, he never directly admits his involvement in the killing of these three individuals. As much as they want you to believe, by means of inference or otherwise, that he did something, they don't have a direct admission that he did this. These are very serious charges. A life is at stake here. And we've got to depend on you to sort it out and get real with this and make them prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. And we hope that at the conclusion of these proceedings, that you find the defendant not guilty. We appreciate your attention. Thank you.